Today's December 12th, 2019, and here on my Daily Cap, we're going to discuss the Philadelphia Flyers' late night Western Conference matchup against the Colorado Avalanche. We're also going to touch upon some of the Champions League play that happened over Wednesday afternoon. But guys, I'm in Parcero Philly, uniting all through sports and culture here in the beautiful city of Philadelphia, and here is my Daily Cap. Sit back, hang tight, guys. You don't want to miss this episode today. Let's get this started, guys. Yeah! Alright guys, before we get started here, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning into my Daily Cap. If this is the first time you're tuning in or if you're returning back, thank you so much for tuning in. But guys, we are trying to grow El Parcero Philly here in the Philadelphia sports landscape, and I could really use your guys' help to grow here. Help me out by liking this video, subscribing to this channel, hitting the bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel. But guys, first off, on the Daily Take here today, we have to discuss the Flyers' late night game against the Colorado Avalanche, a 9:30. Which actually turned out to be a 9:50 puck drop over in Colorado. And for the Philadelphia Flyers, this would start off the first of a 3-game Western Conference road trip here. And a night after the Philadelphia 76ers faced off against Denver's basketball team, our hockey team faced off against their hockey team. So that's a little 5-for-5 action I got there for you today. Now, unfortunately for the Philadelphia Flyers, this would wind up in a 3-1 victory for the Colorado Avalanche. And quite frankly, you know, from the jump, Colorado seemed like the team that was ahead of it over the Philadelphia Flyers. Now, for us, you know, we were a little injured. We were missing a couple key pieces. No Travis Konecny tonight, no Oscar Lindblom tonight. Obviously, Michael Raffl's been out for a minute. We had a couple guys come up from Lehigh Valley, like David Case and Mikhail Vorobyev. Probably butchering that name completely, so if you know his correct pronunciation, let me know in the comments below. But, you know, we also had Chris Stewart out there as well today in this game. So definitely, you know, wasn't the Philadelphia Flyers that we've been used to over the last couple of weeks. And it forced Alain Vigneault to get a little creative with these lines. And it's unfortunate because, you know, the lines that Vigneault had in place over the last month were really gelling and really had some good chemistry going. And now, you know, with changing the lines up a little bit, that kind of messed up the chemistry. But that's the NHL. That happens at times. You gotta go through adversity with injuries and guys missing some time here. But you know, for the Flyers, they did what they could, and they really, you know, they didn't play terribly here in this game. In the first period, the Colorado Avalanche definitely dominated that period. They looked like the better team at the end of that period. Colorado had like 13 shots to Philly's 8. They had 2 power plays while the Flyers only had 1, and they got the goal, and it was a Matt Calvert goal. He was able to put a rebound back in the net behind Carter Hart. Carter definitely lost the puck on that play, and Calvert took advantage of that and put the Avalanches up 1-0. But after that first period, the Flyers got back into it. In the second period, they got back to the physical play. You know, the Avalanches definitely were a faster team here on this night. It was clearly evident, but the Flyers would use their physicality, win the puck in the boards, you know, put some shots on net. In the second period, it looked a little bit better for the Flyers, and Carter Hart had probably this save of the season, absolutely robbing Mikko Rantanen, and that it was a beautiful glove save. But then, unfortunately, a couple minutes after that, Rantanen would take advantage of Kevin Hayes, and on essentially a 2-on-1, Kevin Hayes would then notice that Rantanen was wide open. Kevin Hayes was some terrible defense on Rantanen. Rantanen was able to tap the puck in behind Carter Hart to put Colorado up 2-0. You know, after 2 periods, you know, for the Flyers, you couldn't really feel down because they had the better period in the second period, I'm sorry. You know, it was during a quick break that Gabriel Landeskog, the Colorado Avalanche, if you're watching the game like I did, you saw him demonstrate what a good captain is, and he called his guys over and he said, "Guys, listen, we've been playing better than this team, and this period hasn't been ours," and he got his guys up. And after that talk with his players, Landeskog got the best out of his guys, and they were able to finish off the period strong with the second goal, putting it up 2-0. But for the Flyers, you really couldn't feel down. You couldn't get down at that moment. You definitely played better than the Avalanches in the second period, and it was time in the third to get things going and try to make a comeback, but it wasn't happening. Flyers and the Avs would go back and forth in the third period. It was pretty even. Unfortunately, though, again the Avalanche found a way to take advantage, to find a hole on the Flyers defense, and then late in the third, Kadiri behind the net was able to find Rantanen, who put the puck back in the net. Matt Niskanen should this the third goal you have to pin it on Matt Niskanen. Now Matt Niskanen has been pretty damn sound this season defensively, but on that play, he took an eye off of his zone, catching Kadiri behind the net, and Kadri saw that he took an eye off of his zone. Rantanen came up and he found Rantanen. Rantanen put it back in net to put Colorado up 3-0. And again, that was just a bad defensive play by Matt Niskanen there. But Matt is not prone to that, so I'm not going to kill him too much on that. But definitely, he's probably going to get his ear. He probably got his ear chewed out after this game. Near the end of the third period, Claude Giroux was able to salvage this game and not get the shutout. And he would find the back of the net to cut the deficit 3-1. But after that, Alain Vigneault took Carter Hart out to give the Flyers an extra man advantage with 3 minutes left in the game, but they couldn't find a way to get another goal, and the Flyers would fall here 3-1. Now for the Flyers, we can't be too discouraged. Like I said, we definitely missed a couple of the players that we were missing tonight. The chemistry, you really can't overlook that. That really was such a key aspect to the run of key format we had up until this game. The Avalanche seemed to be a step ahead of the Flyers for most of this game, quite honestly. Could it be the altitude? We all know playing Colorado, you got to put up with the altitude. But we've proven that we are a pretty in shape team thus far this season. A Vigneault team is not going to be out of shape whatsoever. That man puts his boys to work. So I'm just going to pin it on the fact that it just wasn't our night. Going over to the West Coast is a tough adjustment to do, of course. The time difference. You were in a plane. You get a little jet lag. You were in a plane for hours and hours. So it was just a factor of different things. Colorado as well. Colorado's been playing really good this year thus far. Nate McKinnon finally seems like he has fully matured into a NHL star. Gabriel Landeskog, Mikko Rantanen, they have some good talent over there, and they are a hard-working team. They are very physical as well. The way those lines play for the Avs, it does remind me a lot of when they were actually really good at winning Stanley Cups. Physical, fast, and very skillful as well. Colorado had a good form of play for 2 weeks, and up until Monday night against Calgary, a game that they lost in overtime. They looked really good. Calgary, were able to find some holes in the Colorado team and put up 5 goals behind Colorado. So Colorado in this game against us, number one, they definitely had that loss against Calgary Monday night fresh in their head, and they were finally fully healthy. They had all the lines that they had at the beginning of the season fully healthy for this game, and we just caught this good Colorado team at the wrong time here. Pavel Francouz, we got to talk about him as well, because he was playing stand-up goaltending hockey, quite frankly, for the Colorado Avalanche. He's made our jobs extremely difficult. There were so many changes the Flyers had, I couldn't even get mad at the Flyers because those were some nice freaking saves that Francouz had. He would wind up with 32 saves on 33 shots. So my man was busy all night, and we kept him working, and he did his job. And he's going to get some credit for this win for Colorado. All right, next up for our orange and black, we'll be back on the ice on Saturday night. So we got 2 days of rest here. We got to travel up to Minnesota to face off against the Wild. That will be a 7 o'clock puck drop. Unfortunately, I'm going to miss that game because I will be in DC cheering on our Birds. But two days here, an extra day to rest and prepare against Minnesota. I really truly believe that we will get a win against this Minnesota Wild team. I have faith in Alain Vigneault here, and let's get a victory here for Chuck Fletcher, huh? All right, next up on the docket, we got to touch upon Champions League because we had 8 more games and a couple more teams sealed their fate going forward in European competitions. But guys, we got to start off with Atalanta and Shakhtar Donetsk. This was the game I was waiting for. You guys know it. And Atalanta got it done. Atalanta got it done. The boys from Bergamo had to go to Ukraine to face off against Shakhtar Donetsk. Going on the road in Europe is not easy at all, and essentially the winner of this game was going to go on to the next to the round of 16. And for Atalanta, from where they came from in the start of the Champions League to now, no matter what happened against Danzig, it's truly incredible in their first ever Champions League appearance in their club's history. Man, they really should be proud, but they would win this game. Get this, 3-0. In the first half, this was a 0-0 game and it was pretty even. But in the second half, Atalanta, I don't know if Gasperini, gave his team extra motivation like they needed any more motivation. But after the Castagne goal in the 56th minute, Atalanta did not look back, and they would score 3 goals in one half and would win this game here for Atalanta. Now, Atalanta started this tournament losing the first 3 matches. They lost to Zagreb, they lost to Danzig, they lost to Manchester City. And then in the second round of these matches, the second go round of these matches, they drew to Manchester City. Then they would beat Zagreb, and then now would beat Shakhtar Donetsk. I haven't been watching Champions League for much time in my life, honestly, but I've never seen a team who started off so terribly bad in Champions League. Everyone was ready to write them off. Better luck next year. This is your first time. It happens, but they bounced back. And Gasperini, for what he has done with this club, they need to build a statue for him. It's honestly truly incredible seeing them the way they started and now are going on to the round of 16. And who knows what's going to happen in the round of 16. I don't expect them to go far, but it's such an incredible achievement getting here. And let alone, they did this without their leading goal scorer last season, Duvan Zapata, who has been out with a serious foot injury for a while now. And in this game, they went with Luis Muriel up top. They went with 2 strikers, with Luis Muriel up top, and they would have Papu Gomez playing more as a holding striker. And that really worked. So we will see what happens. But bravo to Atalanta. They truly and honestly deserve this. Bravo, my boys from Bergamo. My cardiac boys from Bergamo. Now, Atalanta moving forward is made possible by Manchester City as they took care of business against Dinamo Zagreb, winning that game 4-1. And Gabriel Jesus got a nice little hat trick in this game. While Phil Foden, the young prospect, who everyone is still wondering why he's still in Manchester City, got a nice goal here as well, and to finish this game off, and they would win 4-1. Real Madrid and Club Brugge. Real Madrid took care of business, winning this match 3-1. Atletico Madrid and Lokomotiv Moscow, and I told you guys, Atletico Madrid needed to win this game, and they did. They really did, and it did not start off good. It looked like it was going to be the same Atletico Madrid that we have seen over the last month. Kieran Trippier in the first half would rattle off a PK off the post. And after that, everyone, that Trippier PK miss kind of sums up the way Atletico Madrid have been playing over the last couple weeks. Close enough, but not yet there. But they were able to turn it around. João Félix had a great game here for Atletico Madrid, and he would lead the charge and got a goal here as well. It was a PK, but he still got a goal. Koke had a nice goal in this game here as well, and Atletico Madrid win 2-0. But if Juve did not take care of business against Bayern Leverkusen, then Atletico Madrid would not be able to move on to the next round. But luckily for Atletico Madrid, 2 former Blanconeris, Cristiano Ronaldo and Gonzalo Higuain, would knock goals in for Juve and would help Atletico Madrid advance to the next round, while Juve would beat Bayern Leverkusen 2-0, relegating Bayern Leverkusen to Europa League. But bravo to Bayern Leverkusen, because they gave everything Atletico Madrid could handle. They gave it a real shot here. Unfortunately, though, Europa League yet again for Leverkusen. PSG took care of business against Galatasaray, putting up a 5 spot against them, winning 5-0. Olympiacos would beat Red Star Belgrade 1-0. And last but not least, Bayern Munich and Tottenham Hotspur, both teams sealed everything up. I told you guys I wasn't really sure what kind of teams that both clubs would play. But not the big stars wouldn't be here, especially the 2 big strikers, and Robert Lewandowski and Harry Kane would not play in this match. Bayern Munich actually went with Ivan Perisic as the number 9. I've never seen Perisic play as a number 9 for either for Inter or for Croatia. It was really weird to see, but it worked. They won 3-1. And no Harry Kane here as well. They went with Lucas Moura, something we've actually seen him play. He is a number 9. But Bayern still won 3-1. All right, guys, so the round of 16 draw will take place this upcoming Monday. I will have a video discussing what the balls came out to be. And, of course, I will give you my preview. Hoping that Napoli get a nice, little drawing from the balls, hopefully. But probably not, honestly. We'll see. That will be on Monday, and I will have that for you guys. But, guys, that is all I have for you today. A little short one here for you, just talking about the Flyers and Champions League. But, hey, we still got some good stuff in here. But, guys, if you want to talk about anything Flyers, especially this game here, let me know in the comments below. You want to talk about Champions League, let me know in the comments below. But, guys, thank you so much for tuning in here. I really appreciate it. If you are a fan of what you saw here today, if you want to watch more Daily Caps with me, definitely do so. Catch more Daily Caps by liking this video, subscribing to this channel, hitting the bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel. But guys, if you want to follow me on other platforms of social media, definitely do so. Follow me on Twitter at Parcero Philly, and you can follow me on Instagram as well at @L_Parcero_Philly. And guys, I'm at Parcero Philly, and this was my Daily Cap.